In the darkest corners of rural America, nestled deep within the quiet town of Willowbrook, a sinister presence loomed. Unbeknownst to its unsuspecting inhabitants, a pack of werewolves resided in the shadows, their haunting eyes seething with an insatiable hunger for flesh and blood. For years, the small town had been plagued by an alarming number of mysterious disappearances. Yet the people remained ignorant to the true nature of their nocturnal predators. Willowbrook had always possessed an eerie aura, its isolated location and dense forests providing the perfect cover for the lupine creatures to perpetuate their sinister agenda. Under the light of the full moon, the werewolves would descend upon the hapless prey that roamed the town's deserted streets. Their transformation was a macabre dance of agony and frenzy, bones cracking and skin stretching, as their human forms contorted into monstrous wolf-like creatures. With teeth sharper than razors, they prowled the shadows, hunting with an otherworldly grace. The town's once thriving population steadily dwindled, leaving a desolate shell of a community haunted by fear and whispers of an unholy pact among the shadows. The remaining townsfolk spoke in hushed tones of the unnerving silhouette that occasionally stalked them during moonlit nights, an elusive figure wrapped in darkness, always just out of sight. It was said that the werewolves sought to expand their malevolent pack, to ensure their dominance over the town and satiate their growing hunger. Their intention was to infiltrate Willowbrook and coerce new victims to become one of their own, bound eternally to the moon's captivating curse. Those who were unfortunate enough to succumb to the werewolves' vicious attacks were subjected to a harrowing transformation of body and mind. As the moon waxed and waned, their humanity faded, trapped within a half-life where their primal instincts and insatiable bloodlust took hold. They became but vessels for the darkened souls of beasts, forever trapped in a predatory existence. Yet, for all their monstrous acts, the werewolves thrived on secrecy. They maintained the complexity of their covert existence, ensuring that the true horrors encroaching upon Willowbrook remained veiled. They prowled amongst the townsfolk, lurking beneath the facade of normalcy, ever vigilant in protecting their ancient curse from being revealed. Now, with the full moon's curse casting its ominous glow upon Willowbrook, the werewolves howled in anticipation. Their primal call echoed through the barren streets, a chilling symphony of feral hunger and a desperate desire to expand their bloodthirsty pack. Willowbrook remained blissfully unaware of the lurking horrors that lurked in their midst, their peaceful days belying the sinister nights that lay ahead. The townsfolk unknowingly awaited the arrival of their own fateful encounter, a macabre dance in the moonlit shadows that would forever change their lives and bind them to a wicked cycle of lupine terror. As the breath of autumn settled upon Willowbrook, the veil between the worlds thinned. The werewolves sensed an opportunity, their hunger intensifying with the promise of new recruits to bolster their pack. They set their sights on one unsuspecting family at the fringes of town, the Johnsons, a seemingly ordinary couple with 2 young children. Under the cover of darkness, the werewolves stalked the Johnsons, studying their routines and vulnerabilities. In the depths of the forest surrounding their home, they devised a sinister plan to lure them into their merciless embrace. The first whispers of the supernatural reached the Johnsons, eerie events that appeared mundane on the surface, but dripped with a palpable malevolence to those who possessed a keen intuition. Shadows danced in the corners of their vision, whispered words taunted them in their sleep, and mysterious scratches marred their once unblemished home. Feeling the weight of an unseen presence, the Johnsons clung to each other for support, unaware that their nightmares were slowly but surely reaching the precipice of reality. Their children became pawns in the werewolves' twisted game, their innocence the ultimate bait. One moonlit night, as the full moon's glow cast a ghastly pallor upon Willowbrook, the Johnsons' youngest child, Sarah, and knowingly wandered into the clutches of the werewolves. Guided by an otherworldly force, her footsteps led her to the outskirts of town, where the pack lay in wait, before the Johnsons even realized their beloved daughter's absence. The dark fate of their family had been sealed. The werewolves, disguised as a sympathetic passerby, enticed Sarah with promises of adventure and belonging. Lured by their words and drawn by the irresistible pull of the moon, she followed them into a trap she could never escape. The transformation of Sarah became a turning point for Willowbrook. The werewolves reveled in their triumph, the new recruit injected with the lycanthropic curse, her exuberance replaced by an insatiable bloodlust. She had become one of them, her innocence a distant memory as her body twisted and contorted, merging with the monstrous wolf within. Now, the Johnsons stood at the precipice of horror, their world shattered, and their lives irrevocably intertwined with the werewolf pack. Desperation consumed them, their only solace found in the precarious hope of saving their daughter from the clutches of darkness. But as the moon waned, and the werewolves basked in their malevolent conquest, a muted resolve began to flicker deep within the hearts of the Johnsons. They would not remain victims forever. With fierce determination, they ventured into the heart of the forest, aware that the line between humanity and monstrosity was now blurred, their fates hanging on a knife's edge. As they stepped into the realm of the werewolves, their footsteps muffled by the eerie silence that permeated the woods, their souls braced for the fight of their lives. They would face untold horrors, confront the very essence of their fears, all to rescue their daughter from the clutches of the ravenous pack. Unbeknownst to them, a war of darkness and humanity had been unleashed upon Willowbrook. The moon, an impartial witness to the unfolding battle, illuminated their path with a haunting glow. The desperate cries of the Johnsons echoed through the night, promising that not all would be lost to the insatiable hunger that plagued the forsaken town. As the Johnsons delved deeper into the heart of the nightmare, their senses heightened, acutely aware of the eyes that watched them from the shadows. The forest seemed to come alive, the very trees rustling with a malevolent energy. Their footsteps were guided by a flicker of hope, a defiant flicker that refused to succumb to the encroaching darkness. With each passing moment, their resolve grew stronger and clearer. They faced trials that tested the limits of their humanity, confronting not only the physical horrors of the werewolves, but also the emotional torment of knowing that their beloved daughter now belonged to the pack. Through treacherous paths and uncharted terrain, they navigated the labyrinthine underworld of the werewolves. The moon's ghostly light bathed their path, offering a glimpse of their destiny, a destiny carved with desperation, love, and the relentless pursuit of salvation. Finally, they reached the heart of the pack's lair, an ancient cave ensconced deep within the bowels of the forest. There, the moon's indomitable glow cast an ethereal lace upon the ruthless beasts, illuminating their eyes with an unholy fire. It was a sight that struck terror into the hearts of many, but the Johnsons stood resolute, their love for Sarah burning brighter than the moon's cold light. In the cavern's depths, surrounded by a spectral silence, the Johnsons faced the alpha of the pack, a majestic, monstrous figure endowed with the raw power of the werewolf curse. Its eyes bore witness to centuries of bloodshed and domination, a predator at the apex of its reign. But the Johnsons refused to falter. With a trembling voice, the father, John, spoke words imbued with a love so potent it could pierce through the very fabric of the monstrous soul before him. He pleaded for the release of their daughter, beseeching the Alpha to relinquish the hold it possessed over Sarah's humanity. For a moment, the curse stilled, the pack watching in anticipation as the fate of Willowbrook hung in the balance. The Alpha's eyes flickered, revealing a glimmer of something beyond its savage nature, an echo of a life it once knew. A battle raged within, torn between the vicious grip of darkness and a waning ember of consciousness. Sarah, caught between the two worlds, her transformation incomplete and her essence fractured, yearned for her parents' love, the lingering remnants of her humanity. Buried beneath the primal instincts that haunted her existence, fought to resurface. Finding strength in the depths of their undying love, the Johnsons reached out to Sarah, their voices intertwining with the power of a mother's soothing voice and a father's unbroken promise. In that pivotal moment, Etalfa's resolve cracked, succumbing to the unwavering bond of familial devotion. With a howl that reverberated through the ancient cave, Etalfa relinquished its hold on young Sarah. The curse that bound her to the pack shattered, retreating like smoke dissipating in the wind. She stumbled forward, the last vestiges of the wolf within merging seamlessly with her fragile human form. Together, the Johnsons departed from the heart of the pack, leaving behind a fractured but weakened coalition of werewolves. Their quest had come full circle, their family reunited, and the predatory grip on Willowbrook loosened, if only for a fleeting moment. But the tale does not end with their escape. The shadows of Willowbrook still vibrate with the remnants of its haunting secrets, an ever-present reminder that darkness can prevail even in the most unsuspecting corners of the world. The Johnsons, forever marked by their battle, vowed to protect the town, to ensure that no more innocent lives were lost to the insatiable hunger lurking beneath the moonlit nights. And so, Willowbrook emerged from the abyss, battered but not defeated. The sinister presence that had engulfed the town remained, forever dancing at the edges of their consciousness. The secrets of the werewolves endured, hidden beneath the facade of tranquility, a constant reminder of the darkness that lay beneath the surface. In the end, the legacy of the werewolves persisted, a reminder of the thin veneer that separates man from beast and its insidious allure of power. The Johnsons, scarred but unbowed, would forever stand vigilant, protecting their town from the encroaching horrors that threatened to unravel their fragile peace. For in the heart of Willowbrook, the battle between humanity and the monstrous always lingered, awaiting the next chapter in this never-ending tale of wretched beauty and eternal darkness.